Hello and welcome to another game, Dominions 5 Warriors of the Faith, here with EA Hinnom. I am the false god. Let's go ahead and see what we've got. We attacked into Machaka. So I have some hints. Someone messaged me on Discord, Sorrow, who has Eyes of God up, that a lot of flags had changed colors perhaps. So let's go ahead and look at our battles. This is our big force. Let's go ahead and pause here and see if people are more or less where we want them to be. Got our demon. I thought we had more demons, to be honest, but I guess not. These guys up front. This guy maybe shouldn't be here. This also looks a little bit dubious. Who is this? Random Earth guy. Earth guy. I think that maybe I sent the stack, one of my stacks of Long Dead, that I thought was going to stand here somewhere else. Let's go ahead and play this in slow motion. So, oh, actually, let's look at the other side. So they just have PD. So clearly we're not going to trigger gems. But we still get off we still get off our blessing. In terms of, alright, we got lots of Strength of Giants. We've got Legions of Steel going out. So that's all the way we wanted it to be. I think our Rough Fights got both. How about our Demons? 16. I don't know. 16 strength. I'm not sure if... Okay, some of them got it, some of them didn't. I'll go ahead and tossing some stuff out. Our little dudes chop these up. Probably friendly fire our own guys here. So, unsurprisingly, that one is taken. We lose 2 soldiers. Fine. And we know we need to go ahead and fix up some scripts. This is our Melkart. Just coming in with a blessing. He's got some light gear, and there is just PD here. So we're gonna blessing, temper flesh, iron skin, and we're gonna run in. We're gonna chop. We're gonna chop. We got blood surge up. So this guy obviously at this point is kind of a colossal killing machine with blood surge up. 2 attacks, average of 30 damage an attack. They're not gonna be. These are the Kooni. They're not going to be able to really break through with our Vine Shield. You can see I don't think we've taken a hit yet. It does take us a little while to kill all of them, but we actually end up routing them from our Fear. This is not the guy with the Fear helmet. Go ahead and kill some more Kooni there. Just deleting, 1 per go, kill that guy. These are Oni spirits. These are ethereal. Maybe we have magic weapons though. Such. Go ahead and take that. And this is the last fort we were attacking. This is definitely some goofballness with our script here. So this is where we sent in a bunch of units, and then we sent in, because with this one Melkart we're planning on using to actually get the job done. There is just PD here. This is and if priest. So. We are going to end up losing some Long Dead, but we do as well. So we lost a decent number of Long Dead and an Ogre, 10, 11 Long Dead. It's a little unfortunate. We also went ahead and messed up in our count. So the walls are critically damaged instead of broken. This fortress has 250 wall integrity, and that doesn't do it. Let's go this one. We have 248 strength. So that is that's just unfortunate. If I had counted better, we could have gotten this. To be honest, I thought we would just have it, so I didn't give it the time that I should have. But let's go ahead and finish going through the messages, and we'll get into the rest of it. Some more reanimation. We have, I believe this is Helheim, puts up Wrath of God. And we'll see down here that we get hit with Wrath of God a little bit, but it doesn't hurt us. It does hurt us. Lightning bolts. Nobody gets killed by it. No magic sites found. 20 blood slaves. Water gem. And some province. Province income is nice. And then we patrol some stuff down. We're starving in Ligria, so we gotta move off that as soon as we can. And Lanka is permanently vanquished. Lanka hung on for a long time. I'm gonna go ahead and say a big props to them because I thought they were gonna be dead ages ago, and they're still kicking. So the next question is, where do we want to go? See, where do we want to go from here? We're gonna go ahead and we'll certainly storm. That's not Shift S. It's T, right? T for storm. We have full gems. I don't think they can magic phase us at all at this point. A more interesting question is, what do we do with this guy? He definitely isn't gonna go fight all these lion warriors. Oh, we can see. Okay, we can see some of our ally down here already moving in. He was closer to the capital than I thought. Must have hit a bunch of these. This one's owned by Independence. Oh, yes. So Femoria messaged me that he took this and then got with a thug, and then his thug got killed by a barbarian attack. So that's just classic Dominions. That's too funny. We're gonna have to think about it too. We haven't really discussed with them who's getting what in terms of how we're splitting this up. Yeah, I don't know how this part's going. I do believe Machaka owned this throne. Clearly not. Perhaps not for long. But we'll go ahead and storm and take this. Let's fix where our undead are standing. There we go. That's helpful. It's 50. Okay. I guess they're just small. Go ahead and storm the castle there. I think this guy. So if I'm Machaka and I'm under attack here, that means the question is how big are the armies here? I obviously can't see them, and has their cap sort of been checked? Because we're not checking them, right? We've got our armies are a little bit farther away, except this one Melkart. So do we think that they can realistically, where do we think they can move these lines? When you're attacked by multiple players, I believe that the best thing you can do is either try and diplomance your way out of it, right? Excuse me. They could try and give up land to buy somebody off. I think that the tough part for them in this instance is that they don't have a lot of land to give up because we're so close on both their borders. Like, the land you'd want to give away as Machaka is everything they own over here. And that's going to be a tough sell. Femoria is going to have a hard time getting there. I eventually can get there, but it's hard to believe that I'm not going to want this stuff. And it's hard to buy off Femoria. But your best bet is probably to start by saying, hey, Femoria, you can have this. You can have this throne maybe, and some of this stuff down here. Just take it and buzz off. Let me try and fight Hinnom. So they could try that. If they can't, failing that, they need to take probably their whole, they need to get a nice big army. They need to try and take a fight. I think that they have Buddhas who are stealthy. They can try and counter raid with those, although it's hard to counter raid sort of in your own cap square effectively, right? We have a lot of armies here. The counter raiding with Buddhas needs to happen probably up in here. So that's tough for them. We got to decide how we want to try and deal with these lions. All right, we'll keep sieging here, storming here. Free from enemy military units, free from enemy military units. I think my intention is to send him here. And we're just going to hope that this would be a weird place for the lions to move. So we're going to hope they don't. We go ahead and send, I think I had a milk cart sitting around. See if he has no gear. I don't know that I have any gear for him. Yep, he has no gear. But there's also nobody here. So there's 3 lion warriors. Why don't I give him just a couple of these long dead? And what this will allow him, the long dead can tangle up the lion warriors a little bit, and then he can fight him off. The only way I think the lion warriors could possibly kill him is if they all get on him right away, and this way he can go ahead and fight here. If they move in all the spearmen and boars suck. So even if they move all this in with my fire shield up, I think that this Melkart might still win. And this would let us sort of try and start to move to cordon off this stuff. Obviously, I'm allies with Femoria, but I want the stuff. I don't really I don't want to give it away. And, this guy actually can go ahead and attack here. He's one of our thugs that I sent in this way. Didn't we have another? I could have sworn I had another thug that I had misplaced. I wasn't sure what to do with. Who was somewhere up here, but I must have. I guess I sent him in somewhere. Do we want to take this army? We can, instead of move to any other thugs. This guy's a caster. This guy could be this guy's doing our caster. Looking to see if we have any other thugs. Because we could also send one of these thugs here. And then, or we don't even have to send thugs. We can just, even though we like thugs, we can also just move out with regular ass troops. And give this guy some blood slaves. And he can cast Bloodlust. And then he can cast Fire Shield. And we can take all of this stuff and attack here. I just left some. You can see here. This is clearly a lack of planning on my part. I've sort of stranded these long dead for no reason. They're chilling. I've got this. This I think is potential. This Foul Vapors caster looks like it might be more of a cool idea than something that actually happens. I was recently watching another video in the Lucid's new cast, and we saw Satis go ahead and cast Foul Vapors. And it took a long time. I mean, they did a lot of damage, but they did not win the fight. It takes a long time, and I don't know how long my long dead will stand up and be able to sort of soak if we get attacked by a big force to have this actually work. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and put her back in the Realm of Silence, and then you can consider if we want to attack here. But otherwise, we're going to storm and then hit these. Siege here. So hopefully we're going to, I think, we'll see what they want. I don't know how far Machaka extended over here as to how much they want to push. Hopefully we can get all of, if we get these, basically everything in these two rows and over, that'd be tremendous for us. I would potentially, depending on where Femoria is at, like, if they want to go and take this capital and in doing so fight this huge army of Lion Warriors and the God and the Mage Corps, I'm potentially okay with that as well. And maybe we'll give them this, or then they would get that. Or maybe if they don't want to do that, and we need to go for the capital, we'll take this army obviously and swing around. Maybe they get this or something. So a couple of different ways this can go. Plenty. We haven't fought a Machaka army yet, so there's lots of ways they could still get out of this. But they're gonna have to use this army. We also heard that they may have some kind of an army to the east. And we saw there was the big army of Lion Warriors here that have disappeared. My guess is that in Friendly Dominion, I think it was Control M, is that in Friendly Dominion, maybe these Lion Warriors made it to this fort and are now inside the fort. Which is not terrible news for us. I think we have more than enough here to defeat them. So that may just be to our benefit that they've bottled themselves up. But okay. I mean, I think this sort of covers the war front, sort of such as it is. We've got 300 gold. Who are we recruiting? Good guy. Yeah. We have a Melkart here. We have nobody patrolling. Somebody patrol. Let's get some units. The whole nobody patrols thing needs to end. Oops. All right, do we have any? I think that another possible mistake I am making is I am overcommitting to these conflicts and not leaving anything at home to sort of deal with what happens. Let's gonna take 2 turns. Let's go ahead and just animate some more long dead. And this guy definitely needs to move. And there's even a lab here, so I don't need to worry too much about it. Keep patrolling. These birds could patrol too. There's a lot of unrest here, though, and it's not a terrible province. Take these critters with you. Research for now. How are we on research? Construction 5 we'll get next turn. I don't think any of these things are going to really help us, but construction 6 is what we're after. And that'll be a couple turns after that. Yes. Yeah, because it'll take us another 1,300. So right now it'll take 1, 2, 3. It'll take 4 turns before we get to construction 6. But hopefully, once we get there, our research should explode. We've got 1,000,000 fire gems. We've got hammers. We are ready to make lightless lanterns. How did you get cursed? When did you get cursed? I don't remember that guy getting cursed, but he evidently did. Do this. Let's pass out. So, the question is, how many blood hunters is too many blood hunters in one province? I think that the math is something like 4. In which case, when did you get? Is there like a death site or something here? Misfortune. Oh, maybe he got lightning bolted. Hilarious. That's definitely possible. Let's take this blood one. Where else can we blood hunt? Not there. Maybe Keisha here. Move. Still recruiting. We'll finish this up and then move some patrollers. Could also summon wolves if we really wanted to, but I don't think I want to waste my gems on that. Could also just see about recruiting some units. But I have so little gold in so many places where I can make a mage. How are you still resisting my dominion? Arverni, too much dominion. Alright, well, move this guy over here. You can go ahead and... So this really, it's somewhat inefficient this turn, but I think I want to move one of these, this blood one back to the lab and have him start making, I should have done this to begin with, right? I have him make the blood seekers, what are they called? Sanguine dowsing rods instead of a blood 2. Blood 2s are just more efficient. I'm sort of losing out on blood slaves doing it that way. And here the unrest is going well. Scouts. Ingvar. You just keep on Ingvaring. Guess we'll stay here for now. Why not? You're good. It would be nice to build a temple here or a lab. I don't think there's anything special to recruit here. We do eventually, we want to make, we'll probably wait for this war to really be sort of winding down, but we want to make a water bottle or something. Not a water bottle, a water breathing item of some kind. Go take the storms here, although it's tiny. Little itty baby tiny province. It's just not a priority. I'd like to search this more as well. Do we have anybody? I got a... What have we got? Maybe this guy over here. Can we free up... Can the treasury free up 100 gold to make something? What are we... Not here? Could delay on this guy, but I don't want to do that. Making a milk cart. Downgrading these guys from an Ami to a Horite is 30 gold, so I need to do that in a couple of places. I already have a lot of Horites. I think we'll just wait. Again, I have nothing for you to do. You know. Unfortunate, but oh, I only need to do one? Alright. It's like 400 gold. We can do one. Build a temple. Okay. See, that's efficiency. Excuse me. You still think we want to plus 14 a month? Yeah, we can afford to do more animations. Hide. So I'm gonna save this guy. I'm gonna see what gems we need. This guy can go ahead and then bury them out. Move over here. Okay, he doesn't need to because we've got another guy. Send him that way. See if we can spot any kind of an army. Here. Well, I don't want to show like a weak border to Marverni. I don't want them to be like, oh, now's a great time to go and attack. But we might as well. I want to husband a couple of items for later. Search. So here, I think we forged a crystal coin. We forged a crystal matrix. That can come in handy later. Got our fire hat. I think of what else we're gonna need. We're almost certainly gonna need more crystal coins. Let's start by seeing if there's anything good he can cast. He could make serum. But somebody else could do that. Yeah, I think our best bet is to keep having this guy make excuse me, crystal coins. We're just gonna need those. This guy can go ahead and make some more serum. This guy is already cursed and is shrunken. I think I'm gonna get another air mage and empower that in blood. So the question then is, do I want to, for the primary purpose of being a shed summoner, the question is, do I want to take just an air guy? Let's go ahead and look at shed real quick. Shed him, it's blood 3. So we're going to need to empower, and we're going to need our construction items, and we're not going to do it yet. Our construction 6 items to actually make that possible, because air empowering is not going to happen. But when we get there, the question will be, do we want to hit one of these guys, which doesn't produce any new cross paths in and of itself, right? We already have Earth, Blood, and Astral Blood, but it sort of maybe gives flexibility, or do we want to do it on this guy? So we'll go ahead and we'll cross that bridge when we get there, but much like our eventual empowerment of Mubi, I think it makes sense to wait until we actually are sort of staring down Construction 6. And we finished enchantment and thaumaturgy. Let's go ahead and just take a quick look again at enchantment for what we got. Up here, got some of these wards. Coastal province plus 10%. Oh, 25% requires 10 air gems. Excuse me. Question will be, do we have any good ones? Enliven gargoyles takes air, which we don't have. Horde of, we do now have access potentially to big horde of skeletons things. If we get any death mages, there's spell vapors and fairy tribes. Not really us thing. Do we have any provinces next to water? Just this one, which has 1,800 people. All right, trade wind's not a thing. lot of commanders who are maybe scouts. Yeah. We've gone around. Okay, we've got Ingvar as our around the horn check, right? If you hit Ingvar twice, you've used all the commanders that I'm, planning on using. So it kind of looks like I've maybe overproduced independent commanders, but I think that when we get back, hopefully when we finish this war, we get back to blood hunting, we'll end up needing them to sort of help with our blood hunting operations. But oh no, I'm sorry, that was not Helheim. That was Archocephaly. So Archocephaly is like the only person we have not met at all. And I think they're... Oh yeah, I don't think they're here. I guess I know they're here. I'm not sure why I know they're here. I know the name of a couple of these. If anybody knows, go ahead and let me know. I don't believe I've ever had a scout anywhere over here. Our scouting network, I'm taking the half of what I understand, Lucid has done with some of his scouting. You use diplomacy, you don't build a lot of scouts. We're doing the don't build a lot of scouts, but also that we're not going to use any diplomacy. We're just not going to know what's going on, and we're going to hope that people tell us. We are going to make some scouts. We're going to see if we can fix that a little bit, but that's how it feels right now. But besides that, I think that's our episode. We're going to go ahead and keep assaulting Machaka, and hopefully we can get a bunch of this territory. But we will have an interesting question once we've done that of how big are we? How big are the other players? Are we at risk of being coalition? I don't remember which scales Eyes of God gives. I don't know if it tells you. I think we saw enchantment. Excuse me. So it doesn't look like it can determine gem income. The historic records of all nation actions, everyone in the Hall of Fame can be inspected. Maybe they can. I don't know. That's probably a quick Google, but you could Google it as quickly as I could. So we'll figure out what they know, what Sorrow knows, and then maybe try and figure out if they think, if they're not talking to me, are they talking to others about me? This is a very paranoid game. But all right, thanks everybody for joining me. Hopefully another great episode coming up next. Have a good evening.